Well everyone, it's time for us to go ahead and take a look at the iPhone 11 Pro Max and see how this phone holds up in the later part of 2022. Now what I would definitely tell you is a lot of things have changed even from mid-year of this year, and what's funny is this was technically the first Pro Max iPhone that we got. Not the first Max and not the first big-sized iPhone, but the Pro Max series actually originated kind of from this phone, and they did a tremendous job. If you remember previously, there was no Pro iPhone until like the iPhone 11 Pro, so these series actually ended up bringing the Pro moniker as well, which was awesome. And now it's blossomed into probably one of the best phones you can buy this year. And the 11 Pro Max originated that, which I totally forgot about. Now I will say from middle of this year, we've gotten, brand new iOS version. We've gotten brand new iPhones. And as always, these iPhones have gone down in the used market a little bit more. But surprisingly, something that always throws me off, this iPhone is still available from Apple Certified Refurbished. You can go inside of Apple Certified Refurbished devices store and you can see the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max. For some reason, they only have 11 Pro and 11 Pro Maxes. They do not sell any other iPhone. So I think that's a very interesting thing, but I love these phones. They are so good. On the outside, beautiful, massive 6.5-inch Super Retina Extra OLED display, lightning ports, you have frosted glass back, you have the triple camera setup. It's just such a beautiful feeling phone, and it still feels so premium, so many years later. This phone came out in 2019. So the fact that this thing still holds up as well as it does is actually pretty insane to me personally. Now on top of that, as I had mentioned before, you're getting a tremendous build quality that still rivals phones like the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now the 14 Pro Max and 13 Pro Max and 12 Pro Max, pretty much since the 12 Pro Max, they kind of got a little bit of a better body, I would say, with the flat side, but this thing still feels very premium, and I am not that big of a fan of the little bit of a size increase that they did with the 12 Pro Max. I think this size was perfect, and then they gave us a 6.7-inch phone, which is kind of too big for me, but I could still, if I wanted to, use comfortably an 11 Pro Max and probably still be okay with it, which is actually pretty insane. So personally for me, I think this one holds up decently well in that standpoint in and of itself. Now, another big thing that changed this year was the new iOS version. So if you wanted to get an iPhone 11 Pro Max, you have a little bit of range. You may still be able to get one on iOS 15, but iOS 16 brought a lot of cool features. It did end up giving a lot of people a stranger experience. Possibly they didn't, maybe they wanted a better, more solid phone. I definitely wanted a more stable phone. And with iOS 16, at least for the first couple official versions, it didn't really seem like the case. I did install a few betas on this thing too. It wasn't like the first phone I, would update every time, but whenever I got a chance, I would update this phone on a beta. And that in and of itself was another very interesting thing. The fact that this phone ended up getting iOS 16 and most of the features within iOS 16 was another really awesome thing as well. So personally, I'm a massive fan of the 11 Pro Max, and I do think it still holds up very, very well. Is it perfect? No, as I mentioned before, it definitely has a lot of issues, but that's okay. I think a phone like the 11 Pro Max has a long ways to go, and it's still going to be supported with software for the next few years. So I think that's another really big asset for this type of device as well. I think it's going to be here for a little bit of time, and I even think with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, I do feel like that device is also going to hold up fairly well, probably against the iPhone 11 Pro Max as well. So in terms of that kind of covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.